in high definition. Live, local, late breaking. This is KOLD News 13 Live.
Well, right now on KOLD News 13 Live this morning, we have team coverage now on late-breaking weather, including snow and some chilly temperatures.
Yeah, rain turned into snow for many New Year's Eve revelers, making roads pretty wet and slippery last night. And yet this morning, we'll hear much more about the current conditions with our meteorologist, Dan Bronis, here in just a moment. But first, we begin with some late-breaking news this morning for you.
All right, 2 people are dead after a helicopter crash just south of I-10 outside of Benson. We know this was a law enforcement air unit. Morgan Kirkland is live right now in the area with what happened. Morgan, what can you tell us?
So I'm here in Cochise County near Benson. Right behind me is the I-10, and this is kind of the general area where this helicopter crashed last night. So NTSB right now, they're on their way to investigate, and local law enforcement have kind of barricaded an area around this crash site off to start their investigation as well. So take a look at your screen. This is a picture of a similar aircraft that crashed last night. So officials say Cochise Air was flying in from the Phoenix area to the Sierra Vista Airport for routine maintenance. Around 7 o'clock last night, that helicopter lost communications, and that's when Cochise County Sheriff's Office started its search and rescue. About 2 hours later at 9:20, officials found the helicopter after reportedly tracing the pilot's cell phone to the crash site. A pilot and a mechanic were the only 2 on board. They both did not live. Officials have not yet released their names. So NTSB, like I just mentioned, they're on their way down to this crash site. Still no word yet on what may have caused this crash. And at 5 o'clock tonight, officials are going to be having a press conference to kind of go over exactly what they have learned in this investigation. Reporting live from Benson, near Benson, Morgan Kirkland, Fox 11 Daybreak.
Now, the other big story, that snow that fell last night to end 2014. We saw snow on the outskirts of town and even some snow downtown and at the airport, but no measurements because a lot of it melted the instant it hit the ground. We still have some leftover snow to tell you about, maybe in the mountains. That's why we still have some winter weather advisories in effect until 5 o'clock tonight for the higher elevations of the northern mountains in the area, and also a winter storm warning until 11. That does include Graham County. Now, behind this system, we're dealing with some cold air, so a hard freeze warning in effect for tonight. That goes in effect tonight until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That does include the metro. Temperatures well below freezing tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. It is going to be cold for January 2nd. There's a 6-hour loop of the radar that snow has pushed out of here. We're not seeing anything now. Clear skies overhead. Maybe some fog developing in the low-lying area. Some of it could be freezing as temperatures right at 32, so keep that in mind. Wider view, you can see some snow still in northern Arizona. Besides that, that cold air is rushed in, and temperatures this morning, you're feeling it. 33 degrees right now in town. It's 29 Sierra Vista, 29 in Nogales. A little bit cooler high country, only 18 Flagstaff, but tomorrow temperatures maybe 10 degrees colder than that. I'll have more on the forecast coming up.
Thank you, Dan. Well, the new year obviously getting off on a cold note.
Yeah, no kidding, as Dan was just telling us. And that's not all this morning. A few areas may be waking up to see a dusting of last night's snow. KOLD News 13's Kevin Adger is live in Oro Valley with what it's like out there. Kevin?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, it is. First of all, it is cold. I checked the temperature in the car is about 32 degrees, but if you can look behind me, the cacti are covered with a small dusting of snow. Actually, so much snow that I can even make a snowball right here and throw it right there. So a lot of snow up here, a little dusting of snow. We're here on McGee, the Pima Canyon trailhead, just east of McGee and Oracle. And even at McGee and Oracle, at the shopping plaza, there's like 3 or 4 cars there that had snow on them. So as for yesterday, the snow is expected for elevations as low as 2,000 feet. There are a number of areas that had snow on the ground, Oracle, Gates Pass, and even Corona de Tucson. But due to the ground being so warm, the snow will melt pretty fast. If you're going to brave the cold like me and drive in the winter conditions, the Arizona Highway Patrol Association has some tips. Here's a couple things to keep in mind, or keep in your vehicle too. A flashlight, water, gloves, a first aid kit, and an ice scraper. Those are just a few of the things on the list. The AHPA says drivers and passengers that are stuck need to stay in your vehicle, turn on your flashers, call for help, and wait for help. And we'll put that complete list of all those tips and things you need to have on your car when you're driving in those winter conditions on our website. That's TucsonNewsNow.com. Live from Oro Valley, Kevin Adger, KOLD News 13, live local, late breaking.
All right, Kevin, stay warm for us. Don't forget, you at home, you can get weather updates and alerts sent right to your phone. All you have to do is download our mobile weather app, and to get that, just type Tucson News Now right there in your app store. Of course, be careful while you are out on the roads this morning. Authorities have responded to a couple of crashes, including a rollover at I-10 and Craycroft. Here is the video of that.
Right, the latest on this one is that it's down to one lane there eastbound. Officials are now moving people off eastbound I-10 so that trucks can come in and salt the roads. The injuries in that crash we're hearing are non-life-threatening, and we have also learned that I-19 closed south of Tucson from Sahuarita Road to Duval Road because of icy conditions.
Also this morning, a fire forces a family of 3 out of their home on New Year's Eve. It broke out just before 8 o'clock last night. Tucson Fire tells us the fire started in the bathroom. Everyone was able to get out safely. The cause of the fire is now under investigation.
A tragic beginning to the new year in China. 35 people were killed in a stampede at a New Year celebration in Shanghai. One report from the Shanghai government says at least 40 others were hurt. The people had gathered to ring in the new year at a riverfront site that is used for major events. The New Year's festivities had been scaled back a week ago because of concerns about crowd control. And that's just when the weather started clearing. More heavy rain and wind halted the search for victims from the AirAsia flight. 7 bodies have been recovered so far. The jet crashed into the Java Sea off the coast of Indonesia Sunday with 162 people on board. Sonar images identified what appeared to be large parts of the plane, but the problem is strong currents keep moving the debris. It's still not clear what caused that crash.
New video this morning of the ferry that caught fire en route to Italy. Take a look at this dramatic footage. 2 passengers filmed the rescue operations on their cell phones. 2 men spent 2 days on the upper deck of the ferry while the fire raged below. That fire started early Sunday morning. While hundreds of survivors were rescued, 11 people were killed, and officials say nearly 100 people remain unaccounted for.
KLD News 13 time now 5:07. We are continuing to follow late-breaking news on a deadly helicopter crash that happened south of I-10 outside of Benson. And also a look at the first babies of the new year. That tradition might be coming to an end. We have the details on that coming up.
And freezing temperatures outside this morning with some snow on the ground, as you saw from Kevin's live report. I'll tell you how long that snow will last and if any more is in the forecast.